Welcome into another edition of Big Guy Sports, episode 3. We've got a lot in store for you guys today. We've got Brandin Cooks trade, a lot of news and notes. We got Larry Fitz stats, Jameis Winston training. What do we think about that? Hopkins and Brock Osweiler. What happened there? We've got Masters, UFC, our top 3 sporting events, and honorable mentions. And we also have a guest on today's pod. We've got
first live guest.
Yes, we got Nick Flesher joining us. That tidbit from last week. We're going to talk about our fantasy season from last year. Damn, that fucker got messed up. And our favorite Easter candy, just to kind of end it pretty nice and just going right into Easter tomorrow. So we'll just get right into it.
I'd like to, again, as episode 3, thank our sponsorships from Hoffman Auto Body, Clean Juice, and Wild West Marketing. You can find them at their URLs and websites, and Clean Juice, I believe, is on Instagram, Facebook, kind of all over the place. Wild West Marketing has not made the social media scene quite yet, but we're going to get there sooner.
If anyone has sponsors, let us know. We're
I mean,
always in for more sponsors, for sure.
Episode 3, though, we decided to get back together, be in the same room. Couldn't do the Zoom channel because there are too many interruptions anymore, but hopefully we don't pass the case around.
Yeah, hopefully I don't fuck you over for COVID.
I mean, sounds about right. Anyways.
Are we rocking?
Yeah, let's rock.
So, Brandin Cooks trade to start us off.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you want me to go first, or do you want to go first with that?
Take
so
home.
Brandin Cooks got traded from the Rams to the Texans.
Yep.
And I don't know why that happened. I don't know why they wanted that trade. I saw a bunch of different shit.
Replacement for Hopkins.
Yes, and because he's on the field just as much as Hopkins is.
When he goes up and gets it like Hopkins does too.
Yes, and I saw a very funny tweet the other day about Brandin Cooks and all the receivers actually for the Texans, and they're one pillow fight away from all being gone.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien, I still don't understand how he can be your head coach and your general manager. I don't get it, but he went from trading DeAndre Hopkins to acquiring Brandin Cooks. And I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah.
Is he DeAndre Hopkins? Is Deshaun Watson going to be able to throw a fade route to the corner of the end zone to Brandin Cooks? I don't think so.
Well, especially if he's not on the field, because every week it seems to be a concussion for that guy.
I didn't make the mistake in drafting him in fantasy football. I don't know who did that last year.
I
did draft Antonio Brown. Yep. Anyways, one thing about Brandin Cooks, he's, year 5 in the NFL, I think. He's 26 years old. I think it feels like he's been in the league for 40 years. He has now been traded 4 times, or either played on 4 different teams. And I saw this thing. It was he got traded from the Saints to the Patriots for a first-round pick, and I believe like a 4th-round pick, maybe 2, and then from the Patriots to the Rams for a first-round pick.
Yeah.
And now he's gone from first. Now they traded him to the Texans for a 4th-round pick. So slowly declining. I think next year maybe the Jets will get him for a 7th round.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't. Bill O'Brien. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know really what to say about that guy. I mean, he picked up a big ass contract when they have, I think it's 57 wide receivers in this class is what I counted.
Pretty good counting from you.
Thank you. But 57 different wide receivers, and I mean, we've been talking about this is the deepest wide receiver class, so I don't understand why. I mean, they had a 2nd-round pick. I mean, they could be getting, a very good wide receiver and get him for a rookie contract. No, they don't.
I don't think they do.
No, they only have a 2nd-rounder this year. I mean, now I think they swapped.
From Arizona. So they're going to get a defensive tackle, it looks like, just because they got Brandin Cooks. They don't need another wide receiver.
I don't know. But besides that, I just want to say that, I mean, why would you take another big contract when you can just get a rookie contract, get a Michael Pittman or something?
Yeah,
some guy
a
that
goat.
can get up. Anyways,
or pay like DeAndre Hopkins, or not. I mean, well, he's gone. Deshaun Watson, pay him maybe.
yeah. I mean, Deshaun needs to go. I mean,
Yeah,
he needs a different place, different home. That guy, he's way too talented to be with those.
To be with Bill
runs.
O'Brien, he looks like a Bill O'Brien. His body is shaped like a pear. He looks like a fucking pear.
Oh,
and he
Bill.
stands on the sidelines with his headset
His
half on.
And his glasses
His
half
glasses
on, too.
half on. His play calling sheet that probably has 3 plays, and it's either go, slant, halfback, draw.
This year it's just going to be 4 verts.
Yeah, because you got Brandin Cooks. He'll go get it.
Yes.
So,
yes. Next topic, we got Larry Fitzgerald. Mitch has a little special, I guess, for Larry Fitzgerald.
well, I just saw it, and they were talking because DeAndre Hopkins coming over to Arizona is kind of overshadowing Larry Fitz, and there's also some, I don't know if you paid attention to the NFL All 100 team, but he made the All 100 as a wide receiver, obviously, and there's some talk that he doesn't deserve it. But if you go look at his stats, he does. He's been incredible. He has more tackles than he does drops in his career.
That's so stupid.
39 tackles, 29 drops.
That's crazy.
So therefore, Carson Palmer, hell of a job throwing the ball to the other team.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray did a little bit of that last year. Who else? Josh Rosen. He didn't really play football. He hasn't really played football.
Josh Rosen.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to throw that in there for all you Larry Fitz lovers. Probably not too many, so I will refrain the fun facts for another time.
Did you know that
so
he had 24 touchdowns his the junior year at
Pitt? 24.
Yeah.
Huh? That's like 2 a game?
Mm-hmm.
Were they good?
I don't know how good they were. I just remember watching those stats.
When was he there? Like 03? I think he was like 03.
I don't remember when he was there. But all I know is, I mean, he's going to be another viable option for Kyler. I mean, I'm not going to draft him in fantasy, but I think he'll help out a little bit with just having hot nuke, not double teamed. Was that correct? 03?
Well, it's Larry Fitzgerald in 03, 92 catches for 1,600 yards.
How many touchdowns does it say?
No, it just has his average per catch because that's way more cool.
More cool?
Way less cool. I don't know what I'm doing, so let me get me off this podcast.
Next we got Jameis Winston. I don't know if any of you guys saw the video that surfaced the web of Jameis dodging a ball sack by his trainer. And he's a great guy. I mean,
22 touchdowns from
22. Damn it. I oversold him, but still very impressive. 22. That was his sophomore year too, it said, right? Mitch is smoking crack today, guys.
Crack
I don't know what's
cocaine.
going on.
Anyways, Jameis, ball sack, big one.
Scrotum just throwing it at him.
Well, I mean, what the fuck is that? Why
don't
are
know.
we doing that? He's not on a team. Have you ever seen a defensive lineman carry a baseball bat with him and swing at their head? Like, I don't understand. What are you dodging?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to set a statement or something. I mean, when Aaron Donald,
he's setting a statement.
yes, and when Aaron Donald had the knives and shit, or whatever.
I mean,
but
I can see
now
that.
he's getting scrotums thrown at him, just stepping it up.
Maybe he's trying to cure it because he's got that disease. It's that linebacker blindness. He just doesn't see the linebackers and he throws it right to him. I think it was 15 of his 30 interceptions last year were to a linebacker.
Dude, he is a fucking electric player, though. We have to admit that.
I will say he should have won MVP. He kept both teams in the game at a record-setting pace last year, and he also kept his teammates in better shape.
Yes.
Do you know how many tackles Chris Godwin had to make?
He's
probably got 39 tackles like Larry Fitz.
Yeah,
but probably more drops because he's just not the GOAT that Larry Fitz is, but he will be.
Eventually.
Probably might take him this year in the fantasy draft. Thinking about it.
If I don't keep him.
Jameis, fuck you. Jameis, I don't know where he's going to go. Do you think Billy Belichick in New England's going to take a risk on him?
For Jameis, I mean, I just want to see him somewhere. I can't watch him like cheer somebody on like he did. Fitzmagic?
Well,
That
but
wasn't fun.
Fitzmagic. They're two electric factories going at it.
Dude, I want him to play.
kidding
So
me?
I loved watching Jameis on Sundays. Like I woke up hard thinking of Jameis because I knew he'd get me at least 30 fantasy points, but at one point he'd have -12.
Yeah, I
And then
remember
he'd
at
get
one
his team back in
point,
the game.
and when I think it was over Christmas break, I was in my other fantasy league. I was in the playoffs, and I was kind of torn apart. Do I start Matt Ryan or do I start Jameis Winston? And they were playing against each other, I believe it was. And you told me Jameis Winston, so I said hell yeah. He ended up finishing with like 3 points. I lost. And I think Matt Ryan did it like a 15, so it wasn't that great. But Jameis did, in fact, go 3 straight possessions, 3 straight interceptions.
He had a bad game.
He had a lot of bad games. But if you look at his numbers, quote,
His numbers are good.
I'm balling. If I get rid of the interceptions,
5K,
30 guy.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
He's made for an ESPN 30-30. I mean,
Yes,
his
he is.
stats
We're
are
right
30-30.
All right. Well, now, you want to talk about what Hopkins said about Brock?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
You want to introduce it to the people?
Ooh, Hopkins just... I don't know.
Took a jab.
If Brock Osweiler happened... I mean, well, shout out Levi Brenneman, Brock Lobster. He's Brock Lobster. He's from Kalispell, Montana. It's not a very big place. I think he signed that deal with... Was it the Broncos or the Texans that gave him that 70?
The Broncos did draft him.
Okay.
And everyone thought he was the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, the Texans gave him that $70 million deal.
Yes, they did.
So he can buy Kalispell, Montana probably 4 times over with that money. But anyways, I don't know if he came out of somewhere and told DeAndre Hopkins to fuck himself and he's not a good wide receiver, but DeAndre Hopkins said today that if he can put up stats with Brock Osweiler, he can put up stats with anybody.
And so, I don't even know why that was.
I don't know.
I mean, because he's going with Kyler, so like it's not like Kyler's some shitbag.
No, I don't know if maybe Bill O'Brien was like, "You're a dirty fucking bum," and him and his pear-shaped body wanted to take shots at people. But I don't understand why. I mean, it's kind of funny.
Maybe Brock made fun of his hair one time.
Yeah, he's kind of ugly. He's kind of ugly.
That's okay. I'd love to have him on the pod, though. Yeah. If you're listening to this, you're hot.
I mean, I'm ugly, too, so we can be ugly together. Get on the pod with us. Please. Nuke, Big Guy Sports. We'd love to have you. Is it
Nuke?
It's Nuke or Nuke. I don't know.
I thought it was Nuke.
I've heard both.
Well, yeah, just letting Brock know that, I mean, he's shit.
I mean, I think that's the moral of the story is DeAndre Hopkins said, "You're a piece of shit quarterback."
Yes, and that's all that really...
But you know what's unfortunate is Brock Osweiler has made more money in his NFL career than DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I'm sure he will probably surpass him at some point.
I don't know, he's getting kind of old. He's like 28.
So, I mean, you can play until you're like 33 at that. I mean, if he gets that contract he's looking for, then...
Well, if he got traded. Pear-shaped Bill said, see ya. Let's see. Contract.
Are you looking it up, Woj?
Yeah. Yep. Woj bomb coming in hot.
Woj.
36.5 guaranteed.
Dude,
for
yeah,
Hopkins.
He's going to pass him.
Well, let's check this out.
Eventually.
Brock Osweiler. You search Brock Osweiler. I don't know how the Browns... It says the Browns still own $15 million. Shout out Cleveland Browns for fucking another thing up.
Oh, my Lord.
Wait.
What's going on?
I'm having a stroke. $72 million. Yeah, there it is.
Yikes.
$37 million guaranteed. So we got $37 million from them. The Browns somehow managed to give him $15 million. He didn't. Did he play for the Browns?
I don't actually remember.
I don't know.
That throwing motion looks absolutely horrendous, though. I mean, it looks like a penis with an arm, as Division III would say. For those of you that have seen Coach Gary Gaines.
Yeah, GOAT. Is that his name? It says head coach.
No. Rick Vice.
Yeah, Gary Gaines.
I don't know where I got Gary Gaines. Rick Vice.
Jesus. But, yeah, I don't know. So, moral of the story, Hopkins taking shots left and right at the guy Brock Lobster. So,
transitioning into the Masters.
That is, okay. First things first, still no sports. That sucks.
Yeah.
I'll be at work and I'm like trying to like throw things to people and I'm like, here, catch, like do something sports, and I work with no athletes, and they're like, just hand me the fucking pin. And I'm like, fuck you. Catch it. Let's play catch. Still no sports.
Nothing to watch. You just got those fucking classics I turn on and eventually turn off. And
if I have to watch one more upset with Texas versus USC, I'm going to off myself.
Or I'll turn it on and you'll see Big Ben versus Eli Manning in a classic 10-3 matchup. I mean,
dude,
fuck.
Oh my God. But anyways, the Masters. Well, let's talk about the PJ Tour. So they came out and pretty much, they didn't necessarily give anybody hope, but they did come out as the first major sports organization to give a timeline. So
what's the timeline?
They bumped everything back. First, their first tournament's going to be no fans, but it's going to be June. So we've got at least sports come in June.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then they're going to go from there, and they're going to play, obviously, their tournaments, and then they're going... British Open got canceled. Open Championship, whatever you want to call it. It got just banged. I don't know why they didn't just move it up, but yeah, see ya. Then PGA Championship is I believe, August, and I think it's usually in August. So that one didn't really get much change. And then they're going US Open in September. And then they're going the Masters in November, and I am ecstatic. But
so we got football and Masters at the same time?
Yeah, so Sunday, nice. Chasing the green jacket on Sunday, Roger Goodell's going to have a stroke.
I'm going to have to buy 10 more TVs.
Because CBS is going to take the Masters coverage, so they're not going to have NFL Sunday. So it's probably going to be like that bullshit True TV that does March Madness half the time.
Yeah.
But, like... I'm hyped. I think that's awesome.
I mean, it's gonna happen, which is good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a massive sports just fest.
Yes.
There's gonna be so much shit going on.
Hopefully.
And it's gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna know what to do with ourselves because there's gonna be sports every single night.
I don't know what to do with myself right now. I'd rather have so many. I could play with myself, but I decide not to.
Good man.
Because Jesus wouldn't want me to.
Yeah. Anyways,
but I miss the Masters because there's nothing that gets me harder than watching someone just sink it.
Oh, I love the Masters.
Oh my Lord. You have to have the biggest balls to play in the Masters.
Oh, 100%.
You have to have cojones.
It's incredible. It's one of the best sporting events in the world.
I have tried to play at Pierce Park Greens in Boise, Idaho on the par 3 course, and I'm happy with a 45.
Shout out Mike Lamarini, if you're on listening to Big Guy Sports. Me and him went out and played some golf the other day.
Would you shoot?
Oh, wait, I didn't keep track, to be honest with you.
So it was probably a 52?
No, we played 18, so I think it was fucking...
96?
Horrible. Horrible.
So were you shanking?
I'm shit.
So were you a bunch of mulligans?
No mulligans.
You were a good 3-putt. You were... always a 3-putt.
Yeah.
No, was that Ginge?
I don't know, it's probably you.
No. I'm an automatic too. But I have to get it on the green first.
You line up like you can't see.
I am the best putter in our friend group.
You're also really good at hitting your wedges too. You got pretty good wedge play.
I'm the worst wedge play.
Yeah, by far. Oh yeah.
Yes, but once I get on the green, everyone's fucked. I've tried to fucking use a putter in the fairway.
You have. I've seen it. But
it didn't work. But
I don't know. So the Masters is going to be November.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know much about... So I learned this from my brother. The grass at Augusta, I can't remember the exact term for it.
Bluegrass.
No. They like seed it or they do something to the grass because it can only live for so long. And so that's why come April, it's always so green because the seeding process goes through. But this year, since they're going to have to be seeding... They're supposed to be seeding in November to get it ready for April. We're going to have a Masters... That's not green, though.
So it's going to look...
It's going to be like yellow. It's going to be weird. Yeah. But I still am not going to move from my couch on a Sunday because I'm going to watch...
Are you going to quit your job for 4 days?
Yeah. Well, I won't have a job at that point because I decided I'm going to go play baseball again in the fall.
Is that what's going to happen?
That's what's going to happen. You know, I said I was going to be here in the fall, but I lied.
To me?
To you. Breaking news. On Big Guy Sports, I am not going to be in Boise in the fall. I'm going to be playing baseball. So I'll have that time to watch the Masters on a Saturday and Sunday. We're going back. Starting the career back up. Getting back on the horse. But We're gonna have a talk.
my
We're
words.
gonna have a one-on-one talk after the pod is over.
Shit.
Anyways,
I'm fucked up.
so yeah, I'm ecstatic for the Masters. I'm ecstatic for it all. I think that's awesome. And then best case scenario is that it's November Masters, and then it's gonna be right back in April.
Yeah.
So back-to-back Masters, gonna be sick. I don't even. Yeah.
All right.
I'm ecstatic.
Let's just go on to UFC. My mind is fucking blown right now, but maybe I'll get some testosterone going with the UFC.
So you don't know much about it. You weren't really listening to it.
You know, I know
Fight
the bigger
Island.
guys.
Fight Islands is a fucking fraud. Dana White can fuck off. Fight Island was so. I was so ready for him to fly in the fighters from all over the world and just ready to rock. And he said 1 to 2 days. It's been 4 days since that fucker said that. They're not having it because they said, I don't even remember what the exact reason was behind it. But, yeah, Fight Island, fraud, just like me and Kobe, frauds. So, fuck you, Dana White. That's what I have to say about it.
That's all you have to say about the UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, all I have to say is I really want to see Conor against Khabib again. That's all.
Why?
That's all really I'm worried.
That was the
with
worst
UFC.
fucking fight ever. It was a fucking tickling match.
I think that Conor looks really fucking good right now. He is in the best shape of his life. I don't really watch fighting like that because I only watch title fights. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
That's what
I really
my
just wanted to get on the pod and
expertise
say
goes.
fuck you, Dana White.
I
like Dana White. He's a cool guy. He's a badass. But like, got my hopes up. I needed to watch something, and he gave me nothing.
I have something for us to watch that I wrote down because you kind of sparked something in my brain. I don't know if you heard about the new television show. Unplanned. So this
Big
is
Guy
kind of
Sports new topic.
New topic. This could have been in the news section, but obviously I didn't think of it until now. But have you seen the new show that they're going to put on Netflix that's kind of like Love is Blind?
Okay, that's... Yeah, I'm not going to get into it.
I forgot what it's called off the top of my head, but I remember Barstool said something about blue balls. It's not called blue balls, but it's like blue balls. And they get the hottest people that they can, and they put them on this island.
Fight Island? Dana White?
No.
Okay, so
fuck off with the Fight Island.
So still fuck you, Dana White.
It's no fuck island. Because it's all these hot people, and you can't kiss or fuck.
What?
You just have to get to know them. And it's just all these fucking
hot
people.
That's how it should be. That's a classy way to start a relationship.
And if you fuck or if you kiss somebody, you lose money off the grand prize, which is $100K.
How much are we losing per kiss per?
I don't actually know the exact numbers, but all I know is it's just a bunch of horny people together, and the cover is a woman with a lock above her junk.
Oh, like a lock on Boner Garage.
Yes, it doesn't say Boner Garage, but it is in fact a lock above her genitals.
I have not heard this, and this is Barstool.
What? No, Barstool was the one that that's how I came across.
Oh, so they're not. Oh, okay.
No, it's not them. It's just a TV show that's coming on at Netflix April 17th.
You want to watch it?
I do want to watch it. So I mean, we will probably review that and put it on the one of our pods.
We're starting episode 4. We will have TV and show reviews for you guys to watch.
Yes, I mean today is the 10th, I believe. So 11th. maybe episode 5 or 6 once it actually starts up, because we're gonna get another one out to you guys before the draft at least.
No, we're either going before draft or live on the draft.
We will be together on draft day because that's the best day of my life. One of them.
We're both gonna get so disappointed when.
I thought you were gonna say drunk.
No, well maybe.
If the Jets draft Jordan Love.
I will jump into your pool off the roof. If the Jets and Broncos, as we know it, stand right here, are not going to draft the people we want them to draft. So yeah, we'll
probably not. We will trade down.
Speaking of Barstool, we can drink that Pink Whitney stuff. You had that?
No.
Oh, it's not bad. $9.99 for a bottle, and it's delicious.
$9.99.
$999 cents.
Okay.
Also, shout out Barstool. They're gonna make, I guess, green tea, but it's gonna be spiked green tea. And I don't know if you guys have had the ginseng green tea from Arizona. No, Arizona's gonna make it. Barstool said they were gonna make it. I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm still having a stroke. Fuck you, Dana White.
Are you ready? Are you ready to get into our top 3 sporting events?
Yep.
Starting off with, do you have any honorable mentions? I have 2.
Yeah, I have an honorable mention.
Okay, you want to go? You go first. What's your first honorable mention?
The Super Bowl.
See, I was really stuck with Super Bowl on mine, but it did end up making my top 3.
That sucks.
It's like
it would have made my top 3 as if
you were a gambler, but you don't gamble.
I'm a huge gambler. I make fat cash, but if the NFL's commercials also were not so shitty, they got so bad. I think they were. I didn't even think
they weren't that good last year.
No.
I will admit that.
And
but
then,
the game was good.
Who did Fox do it? Did they
I
have
thought
the
you were
broadcast? Did Fox have the broadcast?
Yes, they did.
The I don't know what it's called, but like the graphic, whatever that tells us the score of the quarter was horrible.
I don't actually remember it.
The only good thing about it was, I don't know, Kyle
Mahomes.
Shanahan just fucking it again.
Well, it proved that the AFC West is the toughest division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck off. So, yeah, no, honorable mention for me. I mean,
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I mean,
Super Bowl,
I
Super
get
Bowl's
it.
Honorable mention 1.
Sometimes they're just a really good Super Bowl, and it makes it. I just love football, so that's the only reason why I had to put it in it, because I would just get so excited. The gambling is just so fun. There's just so many things you can bet on. I mean, fuck, I lost $100 on putting Demi Lovato would sing on over the national anthem. She fucking sped through that like a fucking racehorse. Fuck you, Demi. And then I lost another $100 on the heads or tails. I don't know why I did that. But I won all of it back when Mahomes ran that 1-yard touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Chiefs winning also. And then I got the orange Gatorade too, so that got me a hard dick.
All right, what's your second honorable mention? Or your first honorable mention?
My first honorable mention is the hot dog eating contest.
You shitting me?
Mm-mm. I say this. Have you ever watched it before on July 4th? Joey Chestnut? Have you ever watched it?
I will say I've heard Joey Chestnut is peak performance of an athlete.
I'm not even kidding. Watching that just... I mean, dude, it's so fucking impressive, but the most impressive thing is the guy that announces everyone.
Is he just rattling?
He is so fucking funny. He's wearing like a little peanut hat, and he's got a hot dog microphone, dude, and he's just talking like Joey Chestnut. He says that he's under God, indivisible, the Lord of saving, all this shit, dude. It is hilarious. If you guys have never watched it, watch it. I mean, there's people that come on and they talk about the Twinkie eating competition of the world and fucking...
That's a thing?
Yeah, and like clam chowder champion of the world.
I can get down for some clam chowder.
I mean, it is just hilarious. And they just treat Joey Chestnut like he is a god, which he is. I mean, he fucking... Wow. Peak performance of a male athlete is Joey Chestnut. It is so fucking fun. And it happens once a year, live TV, and it literally makes me and my dad laugh so fucking hard. I love it.
I might have to tune in.
Yeah. Well, after this, I'll show you the clip of it. It is hilarious, guys. So look it up if you get the chance. And then my second honorable mention is the Masters.
That kind of hurts that you're going to put that in honorable mention.
It's because, once you see mine, you'll understand.
No, I won't.
But the Masters... is my second one. I love the Masters. I think it's so fun to watch. Like I said, I love watching a guy just fucking stick it right next to the pin. I love seeing Tiger. Tiger winning it last year was
incredible.
Amazing. Watching him in red on Sunday, I mean, it gives you goosebumps. If you're a sports fan, you love nothing more than that shit.
100%.
And I loved it. I love the Masters, but it just barely lost to mine.
That's fair.
What's your third?
My third or my second honorable mention?
Third. Oh, you have a second honorable mention?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your second?
Omaha. I was going back and forth between Omaha and what took Omaha's spot on my top 3. For you guys that don't know, Omaha is the college baseball World Series.
I was up, actually, before you go. My mom, when I told her my 3 favorite, when I was telling her about this podcast, I said, Omaha is one of my favorite sporting events. She goes, oh, the Denver Broncos? I was like, no. College baseball World Series, mother. She goes, oh, yeah.
Big tune coming out of left field with that one.
I literally shit my pants. I was like, you're better than that. She knows more than that.
Yeah, we're better than that.
Anyway,
Yeah, Omaha's, I think, I'll mention, I love it. I love baseball, but my top, it just couldn't crack the top three. It's crazy to watch those kids play. Like, they're just all throwing like 93 to 95 and they're pumping gas. And I do love how Omaha, I will say, does like the umpire cams.
Yeah, those are cool.
Watching Kumar Rocker last year from the umpire cam made me realize why I could not play for Vanderbilt University.
What was that one picture that was just like he struck that guy out? He goes, "Fuck you!"
Oh, the dude from
fuck you,
the dude from Louisville.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then everybody made a fucking scene.
Oh,
Jesus
my gosh.
Christ,
that was good.
Anyways, Omaha's. So those are our honorable mentions. You want to go 3, 2, 1? You want to go?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. So Super Bowl is my third.
Okay.
I've already kind of explained why I like the Super Bowl. Football season is number 1 in my list. I don't know if it is for you. If you were to choose a sport to watch every day, I'd say football. And I think fantasy has a little bit to do with that because I think fantasy football, I mean, me and Mitch are already mock drafting and it's
bad. I'm so addicted to fantasy football. Dylan Barkley, I hear you, bro.
So yeah, I mean, that's just, Super Bowl is number 3. I don't really have anything besides that. It's football, really. I mean, it's like...
That's fair. Number 3 for me is the World Series. Baseball, Major League Baseball World Series, not a fucking poker. You don't need to watch guys with their fucking shades on and try and fool me out of $1 million.
Oh.
I love the Masters. It's... fuck me. I just said the Masters. I am still having a stroke. This is currently 35 minutes long of strokeness.
Motherfucker.
But no, the World Series for me, I thought it was going to be 2, but I just realized... it's 3 for me. I love it. Obviously, that's
it's good.
It was between Omaha and the World Series for 3, and the World Series did it. I just love it. It's so much fun watching those guys. I think it's great. It just gives you chills. And I'm gonna say this. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. I love Joe Buck on the call.
I love Joe Buck too.
He does a great job in the World Series. Shout out Joe Buck. We have actually gonna have him on a guest on.
I hope, dude.
I think
he's a really nice guy.
Podcast episode 112, I think, will be Joe Buck.
We need to get someone on.
Yeah. So tune in. But no, the World Series for me, I think it's great. Obviously, with the Houston Astros bullshit going on, but they lost to the Nationals coming out of nowhere. Howie Kendrick, godsend. But so that's 3 for me.
For 2, I have Omaha.
Okay.
I have Omaha because
Pussy.
Because Omaha is just, I don't know what it is about it. It's just always, I mean, it's kind of do or die. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't lose one and come all the way. I mean, you can, but I think what made me come to Omaha was a couple of years ago when Oregon State won it, when Arkansas was up 1-0 in the final or whatever. All they had to do was win that next game.
He
pops up in foul territory, and that senior misses that pop fly, and that was just fucking brutal.
And then he goes
next single, and then it just
jack.
And that kind of shit just gets you so fucking hard.
That's what I'm saying.
Player, like that shit just is like
the World Series too.
It gives you goosebumps. I mean, baseball. That's what baseball does to you. I mean, it's a sport where you have to give someone a chance to be able to, it's your best versus their best.
Yeah, you got to go at them, really.
Yeah.
You can keep intentionally walking people. Yeah. Like watching Juan Soto take Verlander 400 and 900,000 feet to the moon.
Yeah.
Game on.
But Omaha definitely number 2.
Number 2 for me is the Masters. Nothing, I mean, goosebumps. Oh, are you kidding me?
It
to be able to walk down like Tiger did last year on the 18th fairway, and I mean, there is everybody that is allowed to be at the Masters waiting for you to get to the top of that hill to see where your ball is if you don't know, and it's like watching Brooks Koepka, who is also an outstanding golfer.
Yeah.
Kind of
outstanding, yeah. He's literally built like a brick truck.
I mean, he's but so is Tiger. I mean, Tiger Woods. But like Koepka trying to come from behind last year, or whoever it is each year trying to come. Dude, I mean, I'm serious. Me and my dad were talking about this the other night. If I could win one thing, I would win the Masters in all sports. It is incredible.
That's
you get that jacket. You are a god for a full year.
You are, and there's people all around cheering for you.
They don't let it. It's incredible. I mean, that shit. You can catch me. I think it's November 15th will be the Sunday that they're playing. I will not move. I will have my roommate bring me food. I will Postmates DoorDash it, and they will walk in.
Oh my gosh.
And I am so excited for it. I love the Masters. That's 2 for me.
I'm really fucking hoping that we have the same number 1.
I think we might. Horse racing?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
It's a joke. Your 1?
March Madness.
Yep, my 1 is March
Thank
Madness.
you.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we'd be the same in that. I mean, there's just no way anyone,
It's
and I mean anyone,
greatest
could say,
sporting event in the world.
yes. And it is not even, honestly, close. I mean, I love Omaha, I love the Masters and everything, but March Madness, there's literally nothing that beats it.
If you
I
want to,
fucking
your heart
love
to
it.
get. I mean, first things first, they do the brackets. So then,
fucking fun. You spend 4 days just fucking grinding.
I
brackets,
downloaded the ESPN Tourney Challenge, and it's like M Dean is my username. It's like M Dean 1 through 70.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
yep.
They're looking good. Arizona win it all, then they get upset by Buffalo.
Yep.
Also, oh my God, yeah.
I mean it. The thing is the round of 64, even like anything can fucking happen, and that's what I fucking love it. Like you'll fucking turn on your TV and fucking the 16 beat the 1, the USMBC or UMBC,
Virginia.
I mean,
Virginia comes back to win it the year after.
The thing is it keeps you on your fucking toes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not like the NFL where. I mean, I love football, but it's not where the top team normally gets there. I mean, it's like every team, any team can be any team any day.
And I mean, there are rarely games where they're like people are getting blown out.
Oh yeah.
And I think everybody's kind of upset that March Madness got canceled. I think it would be an injustice to those players to have scheduled March Madness and then played with no fans.
Yeah.
Because that's
what I said.
If that was the case, my entire Final Four would be every 1 seed.
Yeah.
Because you can't, as a 14 going up against a 3, you can't even, there's no momentum. The momentum is your crowd. Mm-hmm. Like, that shit is incredible. I love watching it. I mean, it gives me a heart attack. I throw shit left and right because there's teams that lose by 1.
Yep.
Like, last year I had New Mexico, I think it was New Mexico State, up with an upset. I can't remember who they were playing. But
I know which one you're talking about, where they fucked it up. Did they fuck it up?
Yeah, because, so...
It was when they were up by big.
They were winning, then the other team came back and took the lead. New Mexico State's down 4, right?
Yeah.
Guy drills a 3, so they're up 2. Other guy comes down for the other team, layup, so it's tied. New Mexico State guy gets fouled at the line, and he misses all 3.
Yeah, that was fucking bad.
That March Madness is the only probably sporting event in the world, other than I guess NFL Sundays. Some people do it. Where I have every single TV I own hooked up to a friggin' Wi-Fi hotspot. Just I need something. I mean, even in school,
I'm fucking watching it like this.
The high school teachers, and we were in high school trying to tell me to get off the fucking March Madness. Suck it.
Fuck you.
That should be a national holiday. We shouldn't have school.
Literally,
for the
any real one knows that. I mean, that shit gets me fired the fuck up. I mean what is it? The one shining moment at the end. I mean that video. Those videos are always great. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I mean,
it's the greatest.
It is the greatest, hands down. I would never. I mean, that's why we made shirts for it, guys.
Yeah.
Well, they'll come back out next year when it'll be. Oh, are you wearing it today?
Yeah.
We got the white edition. Let us know. We have a couple extras. So if any of you guys want to hit us up on Twitter,
can you see Madness? You know what's Madness?
We
made these shirts and then it got canceled.
That is madness, though, at least. But
fuck you, Dana White.
One last thing before we get our special guest on, I just wanted to kind of get you guys introduced into our fantasy football for this next year.
The Big Bear League.
The Big Bear League. That's pretty much what we call like our group of friends, or like the Big Bears. Mitch just made an oopsie for the 3rd straight episode. We've only had 3, so I'm gonna have to do something.
I'm still having a stroke. Fuck! Big Bear League.
The Big Bear League. It's just me, Mitch, Drew, Duncan,
Colton,
Flesh, Chunk now,
Tyler,
Holt,
Auntie
you already said
Storm.
Holt, Fens, Tyler, I don't know if you had, Auntie.
Tyler for the 4th time.
I mean, everyone.
It's all of our good buddies.
Yeah, all of our good buddies, and it's a blast. I mean, our first draft of doing it was fucking fun as hell.
Taco night at my place.
Taco night, and then Kelly made her famous.
Ooh.
Those fuckers
crack
are so
bars.
good. Crack bars, yes. And
if you guys don't know, just shout out. My mother makes the greatest.
Yes.
They're like what? It's like peanut butter, Chex Mix,
yeah.
M&Ms, and like honey or something.
It's sex. It really is just sex.
Oh.
But anyways, we couldn't really wait, and we wanted to give everybody a shot to just kind of see what their
because we're addicted to mock draft and we have no sports, so we released the draft order.
Yes, and I think we need to do it honestly earlier next year because I mean we just need it as quickly as possible.
I just want to say, so before this draft order was released, it came out a couple days ago. Me and Kobe were mock drafting, and for about a week, Kobe was telling me due to my fantasy performance last year, which is
horrible.
Fuck off.
He got 8th.
Kobe, you were 5-0 last year, and you lost me by 70 points for my first win of the season.
Was I in a ship?
No,
or no.
No.
Okay.
Anyways,
second place.
Kobe had convinced me that I was going to have the 3rd or the 4th overall pick in our fantasy league.
I figured you would.
Yeah, and I was so excited because there was such a good chance I was going to be able to draft.
You had 3 names in the hat.
A Saquon Barkley or an Alvin Kamara. We get the draft order.
Well,
I'm sitting pretty at 8.
You know, okay,
8.
I don't know why you had to say. I mean, we were gonna do it, but
nobody knows where everybody else is.
Well,
you fucked me over.
Fuck
you, Dana White.
All I want to say, I kind of fucked myself over. I mean, not that I didn't actually fuck myself over, but so my girlfriend Kelsey put it in my pimp hat.
Huh?
Am I allowed to say pimp? Is pimp bad?
I don't know. I say a lot of things that I shouldn't say.
I might have to cut that out, but I have my hat, and my girlfriend just kind of reaches in there, and Mitch had 3 names in there. Who had Dunk or Nick
Fletcher, who will be our guest here in about 3 minutes.
He had 5 in the hat because his
team
awful.
Was. I mean, you would
Duncan had 2.
You would see Team
Our
Fletcher going up, and it'd be like
2.
win.
Yeah, our Consolation had 3. And so I would have thought I had 1 in the hat. So I figured I'd get, 8, 9, 10 because I finished.
But no.
But okay, here we go. Auntie, my cousin, gets 10. Gets slot 10. 9, Fens. 8, my buddy over here, Mitch. 7, Holton. 6, Chunk. 5, Flesher. 4, Drew. 3, Dunk. 2, Ty. And 1... Yours truly. I was so fucking happy. I just don't even know what to do, I mean,
it's backwards, so you're a douchebag.
I just, I don't know what fuck you.
You know what? That's enough of this bullshit. You know where the draft is. You know Kobe's being a fucking douche. We're gonna get to our
Let's go.
We're gonna get to our live guest. We're gonna talk more fantasy football. Probably a little coronavirus.
Yep.
And then we're going to get to our favorite Easter candies. And then it's going to be time for another fuck you, Dana White.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are going to call Flesher, and that'll be the next segment.
That's right.
So, Christian McCaffrey, 1 overall for your boy.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Number 1 pick.
8 spot. All right. Welcome in, everybody. As you can see, we have our first live guest here. This is Nick Flesher. Former
chugging a water
bottle mid-session classic. Former roommate for me at the University of Spokane Falls Community College. Last summer, Badlands Big Sticks, and now you're starting pitcher for the Tusculum Pioneers. Big swinging dick, Nick Flesher. The Nears, baby. And we're gonna talk to Nick about a couple things, mainly. Maybe the shittiest fantasy football luck you could possibly have.
Yeah, I mean...
It wasn't even a shitty draft. It was shitty
His draft was honestly very fucking good.
Yeah.
But his luck was awful. So I'm assuming he's going to win the league no matter what this year, no matter who he drafts, because he was put through
the ringer, right? Before we get going, we're just going to... Flesher, what are your thoughts on last year's draft? Why don't you give us something?
Yeah.
I mean, from the get-go, Andrew Luck just decided to fuck the whole team up right from the get-go.
Shout out to Kobe, actually, for having our draft on August 10th.
It's so funny that you guys complain.
Oh, no, sorry. I have it up. Wednesday, August 14th.
It's funny that they complained to me when everyone was shipping out to college and I just wanted to get it done.
Andrew Luck.
I was already at college, and Andrew Luck retired like the 14th.
That night.
Yeah, literally. I woke up the next morning and said,
this is an unknown secret to Kobe, or to you, actually. Kobe told me this draft night. He came over a little bit earlier. We were playing video games, and I said, I really think I'm going to draft Andrew Luck this year. he's going to have a big year. And Kobe goes, this is real. I wouldn't draft him. They think he's got a really bad ankle sprain. He's going to miss the whole year. The ankle sprain was a cover-up for him getting the fuck out of there.
I saved Mitch's ass, and you just snatched him right up. I mean, it looks good on paper. And then what else do you got to say about that draft, Nick? I mean, anything else that just –
I mean, I thought it was a pretty solid strategy going for the 3 backs right off the get-go with Kamara, Melvin Gordon, and James Conner. I mean, in a 2-flex league and a 2 RB league, I mean, those are some serious points from those 3 guys.
100% if they're healthy.
How many points did you get from Melvin Gordon? A lot?
Well, I traded him.
And James Conner.
So after the whole losing Andrew Luck from retiring and then losing Roethlisberger 30 seconds into the first game of the year, just really shoved it right up my asshole right away for the Pittsburgh Feelers.
Pittsburgh Feelers.
It's because you named it a rape scandal. So he said, fuck you, Nick.
And I kind of panicked after week 1, and El Paso slid in and
let's go take a look at that trade. I know.
Is there any way you can
kind of scam me into trade? It was early in the year. I thought Baker was going to have a better year. I gave up way too much and didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, that was a very questionable trade after looking back.
So Pittsburgh Feelers trades Adam Thielen, Michael Gallup, and Alvin Kamara, and receives Matt Breida in a running back committee backfield, Stephon Diggs, who fucking hates Minnesota, Devontae Adams, good player.
But he missed 6 games.
With turf toe, and Baker turnover Mayfield. There you have it.
I mean, fuck. I mean, when you see Michael Gallup, who the second wide receiver I think he was a top.
He was
22.
good for a couple years. Couple games. I'm still having to struggle.
Yeah, but then he just became a pass dropping machine, and then from that trade, we panicked more
and traded away Melvin.
And traded away Melvin, who decided to come back the following week. And I traded Devontae Adams, who ended up spending most of the year hurt, so I didn't really lose a whole lot there.
Yeah.
And I actually salvaged it by keeping Keenan Allen.
And salvaged it by keeping Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah, that guy was a stud.
He drafted Alshon. Alshon misses 6 games. James Conner misses 6 games. Golden Tate misses 5 games. Melvin Gordon misses 5 games. Adam Thielen misses 6. In a 2-quarterback league, both of his quarterbacks couldn't make it through the first quarter of the season. And so he was, off to a shitter start. Who was your 3rd quarterback you had?
I don't even think I had one.
I think at one point you were starting like Jeff Driscoll.
I had I remember at one point I had Baker Mayfield and Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota was my 3rd quarterback.
And you started Marcus the game that he got benched at halftime against the Broncos.
I didn't have another quarterback.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I mean, with the 2-quarterback league, people don't realize, especially the year last year, all the quarterbacks going down and getting hurt and retiring for God knows why. And everything else that
Nick, have some respect.
And in the 2-quarterback league, and everyone gets hurt last year. I mean, the waiver wire for quarterbacks is dry.
Yeah,
there's
no one. Like, I got lucky to get salvaged Jimmy G and Carson Wentz at the end of the year because Colton had to drop them because he had too many buys.
Yeah, Colton dropped Carson Wentz 1 week for David Blau.
Or David.
David Blau, and then he dropped someone else for Andy Dalton.
Oh, he's good. I don't know, Big Guy Sports listeners, you guys know my quarterback situation last year with Derek Carr and Mitchell Trubisky.
Second to him. When you lose 2 great quarterbacks, and before we even play a quarter,
I lost a pretty great quarterback too.
Mitch just drafted shit quarterbacks.
That's not true. I drafted Aaron Rodgers.
Derek Carr.
I had Aaron Rodgers and Mitch Trubisky week 1 starting. But I traded away Aaron Rodgers.
You had Mitch Trubisky.
You had Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Sorry we drafted August 10th.
He didn't even play football.
Is that his team? That's
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky was playing a sorry excuse of football.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's
Yeah,
not even
it's-
going to fucking
sorry,
play
excuse.
this year. Are you going to click on his team? Or I thought you were going to click
I'm
on his team.
this big ass trade I made to get Phillip Rivers, Derrick
Oh.
Henry, and Kenny Galladay.
That was a good trade. That was a fair trade all
Yeah.
around.
Anyways,
Nick, basically, I mean, I honestly didn't think that Nick would finish dead last because Duncan at one point was starting like 5 Rams that were hurt.
Nick hit panic button and then bent over and said, "Get into me, boys."
Yeah, I definitely could have salvaged it a little bit more than I did. I think the year goes a lot better if I don't make that panic trade week 1.
Or if
Yeah.
Andrew Luck doesn't retire.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Andrew Luck and Ben Roethlisberger play longer than 30 seconds of football in the 2019 NFL season, I'm sitting pretty and probably at the top of the league.
Oh my gosh, and this year you have the 5th pick in our draft, which is honestly, I mean, it's a decent pick. I'm assuming you're going to be able to get a guy like
Alvin
Kamara
Kamara
again.
Trade him away probably too.
Well, so I'm looking at my roster right now, and if both quarterbacks stay healthy, I would have had Mark Ingram, Kamara, Melvin Gordon, and James Conner.
yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty
And then
it's
had
definitely good.
that receiver.
I'm gonna
It was a. I mean, I remember looking at your team saying that was a good draft, and then 4 weeks later, I was like, "Did Helen draft this team?"
because if you go to it now, it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Carson Wentz, not a bad quarterback. Got Mark Ingram. Then we're starting Kareem Hunt. We're starting Darius Slayton.
Witten.
We're starting Jason Witten.
The Jason Witten thing was he was such a hit or miss, and tight ends were so dry because tight ends were getting hurt last year. Will Dissly and Eric Ebron on and off the injury list.
There was a lot of hurt.
It was tough to find a tight end, and he's just being a Cowboys fan, he was the homeboy.
It's nice of you to keep Matt Braid on the roster, though.
Yeah, well, you can drop him. He would randomly.
I remember when you made that trade with El Paso,
Ten.
and when you made that trade, 3 of the players in the trade you didn't even start the next week, and that's when I knew it was. He didn't start Diggs, and Diggs went for 40 or something. He had like a huge game. Burita didn't start, and then the other guy in the trade. But you started Baker, and I'm assuming Baker probably got 10 points or something. Probably. I don't know. I felt really bad for Nick because he's a very good – he does his research. He knows football. But, I mean, it was just a year of shit for him. It'll probably happen again, I'm assuming, because fuck him. But, I mean, it was a very interesting season.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
anyways, sounds like you're going to be, for all you guys that are just listening to our 100,000 viewers tonight?
Probably.
Nick Fletcher in Greenville, Tennessee, back again, home of the Pioneers. Are you going to make it back to Boise for the fantasy draft this year? Are we going to Zoom?
Probably not. I'll probably be in Dickinson.
Damn.
Well, are you going to go from the Dirty D back to Greenville? Or are you going to go Dirty D, Boise, Greenville?
That's a lot of time ahead now. And at this rate, honestly, I may not even go to Dickinson. This whole COVID shutdown of the entire country.
You just need to make sure you find it to a tattoo parlor to put a little mark on your ass.
Yeah.
Here's my deal with the tattoo on my ass. I'll get it if I don't have to pay for it.
Deal.
Is that what's going to happen?
For anybody that doesn't know, the Big Bear Fantasy Football League, for every time you finish last, you get a tally mark on your ass so we can count how many times you have now finished dead last. And the inaugural season, Nick Fletcher has finished last.
Well, so me and Duncan were tied at the end of the year, and then we go into the consolation game, and we both won our first round game. And then we play in week 2, and he beats me, and then we got matched up again for the final week of consolation. If I would have beat him, we would have been tied again. And technically, where he was standing at the end of the regular season, he was in last.
Duncan's team was one of the worst. Can we just pull that up real quick? Because
We're gonna go
I remember looking at Duncan. Duncan dropped Matt Ryan at one point, and Mitch scooped him up. I don't know what Duncan was thinking,
So it goes record, and then let's see.
Duncan finished the season 3-10 for those
they were
viewers that
both
want to
3-10.
know. They were both 3-10.
So
oh my fucking
it's
God.
not that bad.
It's not. You look at it on paper and it doesn't look
Jared
awful.
Goff, he got beautiful Mitchell Trubisky off me. Todd Gurley, Sean McCoy, Sterling Shepard, Tyler Boyd, George Kittle. There's Brandin Cooks, the star of our show. Dalvin Cook,
great
player, and Seahawks.
And then,
team.
I mean, if you look at his bench, I mean, it's Corey Davis, Naeem Hines, Carlos Hyde, Nelson Aguilar, who can't fucking catch a pass,
Fitzmagic,
and Robbie Anderson. What would we call him? DUI Anderson or
felony Robbie Anderson,
Robbie, and Zach Pascal. So, I mean, those were the two bottom feeders. And
well,
if you guys wanted to know, third to last was this guy right here.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers, you go down by 40 in the final week of the season to Mike Oxnard. I think that's why he took home last place. He got that final oomph on you. But so it looks like we'll be Zoom calling again Pittsburgh Steelers for 2020 fantasy football draft. But I think it bounce back years in both of our favors. I think Kobe's gonna fucking go 0-10.
That will never.
I think I was thinking about the other day we were talking about the draft order and kind of running back everything that happened last year. I kind of had some predictions.
What do you got?
Some hot takes.
We love a good hot take.
Yeah,
let's hear it.
Hear the hot take.
I think Kobe will still be at the top of the league.
Thank you.
I think Tyler's elite quarterback strategy goes to shit next year because everyone's aware of what he's going to try to do. So he's going to see a drop. Drew is going to be.
Not everyone's going to score 10 points against him as well.
Yeah, and Drew is going to be the new Pittsburgh Steelers, I think. I don't know if he's going to stay active long enough.
Fair.
Fens did this in basketball and he did it in football. He keeps himself in the race all year.
Yeah.
I don't really know how he does it. Don't know much about the guy, but he does it. So I think that's a solid prediction. And then Connor, I think maybe see a little bit of improvement. That Colton, I think will stay middle of the pack. Maybe super hot take here that he makes a run for things.
But Colton's a guy where he'll do the research, he'll listen to what we say to him and stuff, and he'll just do all the right things, but some way he'll get fucked.
Yep.
I mean, he drafted Saquon first overall last year and
he
had a great looking team, but just didn't put it together.
Yeah, it's a tough scene for the kid.
What can from you?
From me, I think the two biggest bounce backs you're going to see for next year in the Big Bear Bolton Fantasy Football League 2020 are going to be Pittsburgh Steelers and Jerry's Glory Holes, owned by your own.
You love to see it. I couldn't agree more. I think we're going to be fighting for the ship this year.
Oh, my Lord.
Trophy's going to be either residing in Greenville or in my house. I just want to – let's point this out.
Not if Christian has anything to do with it.
Drew got third place in the fantasy league, and he scored the third least amount of points. So he should have finished eighth where I finished.
Well, can we just give a little tally of Felterbush's points against? I mean, the next closest is about 200 points off of what he had. He did score. He did score some points, but the points against is brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, do you have any takes about a play or anything before we sign off with you?
About a play?
Player.
Oh, about a player?
You got a sleeper coming up?
You have a sleeper? You have a guy you're looking at? Anything like that?
Honestly, I think really not just a player, but I think the Cowboys D could be lethal this year, honestly, with a little bit of bias, but we've done a lot of signing in the front seven, which is already good. The only issue
Jones getting the fuck out of there
is they're not going to draft smart worth of shit, and they're going to take someone we don't need in the first round instead of drafting a Grant Delpit or an elite defensive first round back, which is a need that we've needed for years. But I think honestly, the biggest turnaround, I think the most improved player in the league this year is going to be Kyler Murray.
Love it. I mean, that's
just because that trade with DeAndre Hopkins, man. I mean,
do you agree with Bill O'Brien?
Why do we always have to do that?
Yes, Bill O'Brien is not the brightest man on the face of the planet. No, that was a stupid trade, 100%. But, I mean, if you look at the Cardinals now, I mean, they got Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins, who are both gigantic targets.
Yep. And you got Chris Kirk. You got
Andy Kirk. And he has the ability to leave the pocket, too.
Yep.
So it's going to open up that whole offense fact that they have someone that's actually worth a shit on the other side of the ball to Larry. And it's going to be less targets for Larry, which maybe help him in the yards category.
It's a good take.
So do you think that he'll be a top 5 fantasy quarterback like I do?
I don't know. I don't think top 5. Top 5 is pushing it. There's a lot of top 5 quarterbacks, I think.
He was a quarterback 7 last year without DeAndre.
Yeah, but you got to think about all the guys that got hurt.
Andrew Luck.
Well, I mean, he retired. He's not coming back. But Ben Roethlisberger was hurt. Matt Ryan had a shitty year. I'm not saying he's going to be a top 5 quarterback, but
I think Matt can climb up in the top 6, 7.
He'll be there, especially because now they have Todd Gurley. I think Todd Gurley is going to have a good chance of having a bounce back year in that offense.
Jump back in the top 5 with that offense.
Yeah, if they're going to throw as much as
it's going to be interesting to see this year because there's a lot of moving around going on in the offseason. And
what do you think about this take? I was reading this article that since the draft is going kind of online, since they're not having fans.
Yeah.
I saw that the Cowboys might accidentally draft somebody they don't mean to because it's going to be over iPad, and the Jones family's going to be fighting over who gets control of the iPad. Then they're just going to select a player and just fucking randomize that shit.
Yeah, that Jones family just needs to fucking sell the Cowboys, man.
Jones is going to select fucking Jordan Love in the first round.
Do you have any players that you're looking at for like rookies this year before we head out? Like, do you have any guy that you'd love to draft this year? Or somebody that you think would be a miracle for a different team?
Like for us, I would love a Jerry Jeudy, and Kobe wants a Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, I would agree with Jerry Jeudy.
Fantasy purposes.
I would take a shot on T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I could take a shot on T. Higgins. I'm scared about the quarterbacks. Yeah, everyone's all hyped about Joe Burrow, but he's going to be in that offense where, they got Joe Mixon and A.J. Green and those guys. But
Tate, Tyler Boyd.
John.
I mean, it's the Bengals.
You're the Bengals.
It is
it's not the Dolphins where Tua's going to end up and his career is just going to do it on the shitter.
If they draft J.K. Dobbins, they're going to be just fine.
That's why someone like Jalen Hurts is going to get lucky and he'll go to a good team. He'll go to a good team and he'll do well.
But anyways,
we
appreciate you.
I love that, Nick. You must have listened to the last pod.
Maybe
somebody likes him.
We got a fan in Flusher. We've got a fan in our 100,000 viewers. We appreciate the live guest and the call from Greenville.
Yep.
We'll be looking to get more live guests on soon.
Yep.
Fuck Dana White.
Thank you for coming on, Nick. We will have you on, I'm sure, in the future to talk more stuff.
Probably another Zoom call after our fantasy draft, and probably my quarterback's going to retire this year. So.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, well, that was a good call with Nick, our first guest live on our show.
That's right. Big Guy Sports' first live guest.
Yeah, that was good to see him. Good to see Nick. We don't get to see him very often because he lives in the middle of BFE, but it's always good to catch up with old buddies and fantasy guys. Fantasy. Yeah, talk some shit, It's just, we love having people on. We're just talking about. I mean, if you guys...
if you want to be on, send us a DM.
Yep.
We'd love it. We'll respond always. We're going to strive for great customer service here at Big Guy Sports.
For sure, yeah. And
send us an email, send us a request, do whatever you want.
Yep. Just going into Easter we'll probably post this tomorrow.
It's going to be a weird Easter,
Sunday.
obviously, but enjoy with your families. Obviously, you probably can't go out. I don't know if you guys are going to go see your families or whatnot.
Easter egg hunting, who knows? I'm going to definitely try to hunt some Easter eggs. I don't know about anyone else, but...
I don't know. I'm going to try and get a little sleep, maybe.
I got to do homework, but... I guess just to kind of get this this podcast ended, we just wanted to kind of do something fun and just you don't really like candy,
I love candy.
but you want to throw up or run 5 miles after you eat it.
Yeah.
And the difference between me and him, if you can't tell, is I'll keep eating and not run 3 miles. He will. So, what is your favorite Easter candy?
I think, without a question, the Reese's egg.
Oof.
I think
White chocolate?
No, normal.
Oh, I love the white chocolate.
I think
love them.
fuck
Love them.
Reese's. Whenever they do those
Reese's
holidays,
or Reese's?
fuck off, fuck Dana White. Whenever they do the holiday candy or what seasonal, whatever it is, they always stuff some extra sweet peanut butter in there.
Dude, it's a little thicker than usual.
It's game on.
Yeah.
So that's my go-to.
You like Peeps?
No, ew.
Just fucking asked, man. Just fucking asked.
Well, you're a shithead. What is your go-to Easter candy?
I like the Starburst jelly beans. The Jelly Bellies, those things, they just go down.
Oh,
they
yeah,
just
they
go
do.
down the hatch. I mean, I'll finish a bag.
No, down the
And
hatch.
once-
Down the hatch.
I mean, fuck. I wish I would eat them one by one, but I just go fucking.
Oh yeah,
You know,
you have to.
and
Those
I love
the
those.
Starburst ones.
I love the same thing. I love the Reese's eggs, but if I were to choose one, it would definitely be the Jelly Bellies.
Another really good one are just your classic, for me, dark chocolate eggs.
Dark chocolate?
Just the little tiny eggs.
I don't know if I've had those. I've had a big fucking egg. Or
Okay. Just a little dark chocolate egg, man.
maybe I don't want the dark chocolate
Well, you
egg.
want a Reese's egg.
Reese's egg,
full.
yes.
Something like, I want one now.
I'm making
You got any
Fruity
Starburst?
Pebble.
Do you have any?
I'm gonna make some Fruity Pebble things soon. It's Fruity Pebble
Rice Krispie
Rice
treat?
Krispie
Okay.
treat. Yeah.
We're kind of going on a tangent. Anyways, that's episode 3. That's what you've got from Big Guy Sports. We hope you love it. We hope you send us links, emails, help us out.
Yeah, comment your favorite Easter candy.
In 10
too.
years,
We
if
need
we're
more
still
comments.
doing this, we will get anybody and everybody a
for
t-shirt
sure.
for free.
Yeah, and please, subscribe.
Should've
We had I think almost 100 views, and we still only have like 16 subscribers. So that's telling me that some of you guys are.
Smash the subscribe
Please,
button.
I mean,
Smash it.
That's the only reason we do this is for you guys, and if you could just show us a little bit of love, we would appreciate it.
Taos
Like I said,
Tinker didn't talk much about the Jets. That was for you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean we'll get back. I mean, I'm sure our next episode we'll have somebody on, and we will be talking about the NFL draft because that's coming up. That's something we're both really excited about. That is for episode 3. We're signing out.
We're rambling. Fuck Dana White. See you guys later.